it's ridiculous too. Listen to this.
This commercial is about, well, it's about parents being rude at high school athletic events.
Ridiculous, right?
It gets worse. Studies show more than 75% of new high school officials are quitting because of bad adult behavior.
So now there's a shortage of refs here in Idaho, in almost all sports.
No officials means no more games.
Is that what you want for us?
Come on, parents.
It's time to grow up.
Cheer for your team.
Be proud of your children.
But stop being so ridiculous.
And don't make us run another commercial.
Because we will.
This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association, reminding you to always practice good sportsmanship.
Welcome to the Ryerson Family Backyard Games. There will be obstacles to face and challenges to overcome. Are you ready?
The hard path isn't always easy. It takes courage and determination to do hard things. Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
We're Valley-wide cooperative. For 100 years, we've been your first choice for residential and commercial propane, fuels, oils, and lubricants. We service HVAC, install water heaters, propane tanks, and accessories. And yes, we'll even deliver right where you need it. Because for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Former regional champ and back end training.
That's commitment.
Ow!
Oh, tough start. This is not as easy as it used to be, folks.
And she's off. Obviously pushing through some pain.
Every muscle is begging her to stop. How's she doing this?
I'm not even sure she knows.
Look at her go. And stop.
Come on.
And go again.
It's literally the home stretch. Whoa!
She made it. Feel the elation.
What fuels that kind of fire?
I am Kevin, and I'm from Idaho Falls. It's important for the disabled to be vaccinated because of COVID. I chose to be vaccinated because I didn't want to be sick or in the hospital. Getting the vaccination, my experience was painless and worth it. It was a very wise choice.
Look at that. The unmistakable swagger of someone fully covered with health insurance through Your Health Idaho for as low as $0 a month. If you're as speechless as I am right now, say nothing. Health yeah! Enroll by December 15th and you could qualify for quality health insurance starting at $0 a month.
If a pedestrian is hit by a car going 20 miles per hour, there's a 90% chance he will survive. At 30 miles per hour, the likelihood of survival decreases to 60%. And at 40 miles per hour, it goes down to 20%. 10 miles per hour makes all the difference. You're in the driver's seat. You have the power to save lives.
We're a Valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. This is an IdahoSports.com GameStream production of the 2022 Idaho High School Football Playoffs. Tournament coverage on IdahoSports.com is presented by Project Filter, Your Health Idaho, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, and the Idaho Transportation Department. Also brought to you in part by Valleywide Cooperative and your local Toyota dealers. I'm Lauren Jensen alongside Lynn Frank here tonight. We'll be bringing the action of the 2A state playoffs, the opening round here at Holt Arena. We've got a doubleheader for you. We're starting off with the 2A North Fremont Huskies taking on the Soda Springs Cardinals, a 6th district versus a 5th district here at Holt Arena. And what on paper, Lynn, looks like should be a easily handled game for the North Fremont Huskies. You look at their overall record, North Fremont coming in at, get to it here, they come in at 6-3 overall, and they're 3-1 in conference. On the other side of things, Soda Springs is 3-6 overall and 1-3 in their conference. So kind of a flip-flop of schedules.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see, but this is the playoffs. This is why we play playoffs. You never know. Any given night, you never know what's going to happen. It'll be interesting to see. I don't know a lot about these two teams, but, it looks like and seems like, North Fremont's kind of picking up where they left off last year, had a good year last year, but then ups and downs too. Get a couple shutout losses back to back, and kind of throws a question mark in your season.
Correct. And in talking with some North Fremont people today, you mentioned those two things. They haven't lost a regular season game in like 3 years. They haven't lost until the playoffs, and so there's a feeling of, well, maybe this is good for us. But you're right. They 2 back-to-back shutouts, shut out by Aberdeen and shut out by Firth, conference district champion Firth Cougars, who are also obviously in the playoffs. But other than that, they've beat good teams too. They beat Bear Lake, who's the #1 team in the state right now, the only team to beat Westside in like 100 years, basically. They beat Melba 26-6. Interesting thing looking at North Fremont's schedule, they only played 2A schools, which I kind of thought was interesting. Normally you see an out of conference a 3A here, especially as close as they are to like South Fremont and Sugar Salem High School. On the other side of things, Soda Springs, they got shut out by Firth. They got beat pretty good by Aberdeen. They got beat good by Westside. They hung in there with Bear Lake, and their wins, their 2A wins came against Ryrie and against Marsing. And so a little unknown.
Sure.
But, they're here in the playoffs, and like you mentioned, anything can happen. Soda Springs is a good football team. They like to spread things out. Whereas on the other side, North Fremont likes to just run and control the ball. So that's our matchup coming up here in just a couple minutes. We're going to step away for the national anthem. This is 2022 state playoff football in the 2A division here on IdahoSports.com. We'll be right back.
You know what I like about Caribou Ford? It's a quick drive, but it's beautiful.
You know what I like about Caribou Ford? I take my Caribou Ford mountain biking.
You know what I like about my Caribou Ford? I take my Caribou Ford to the lake.
You know what I like about my Caribou Ford? I take my Caribou Ford everywhere. We're Caribou Ford with the famous Warranty Forever, just east of Lava Hot Springs on Highway 30. And we're keeping it simple in Soda Springs.
As summer turns to fall, change is in the air, and at John Adams GMC in Rexburg, big things are happening as well. We are transitioning from John Adams GMC to Liberty GMC. We need to absolutely liquidate our new and used inventory immediately. Our current GMC and used truck selection is fantastic. Now is the time to purchase a new GMC truck or SUV from John Adams GMC in Rexburg. All new GMCs and qualifying used vehicles come with Warranty Forever. Take advantage of discounts up to $2,500 off MSRP on new GMC trucks and SUVs. Plus, 0% APRs available on many new GMCs. Right now, get $1,000 in GMC accessories included with your new GMC special order. And don't miss our Trunk or Treat on Saturday, October 29th from 2 to 5 p.m. with lots of fun, music, prizes, and candy. Changes in the air at John Adams GMC. Soon to be Liberty GMC in Rexburg. 0% OIC will qualify by our short term. See dealer for details.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we are just about ready for kickoff here at Holt Arena. It's the opening 2A game of the tournament, of the playoffs, featuring the North Fremont Huskies out of Ashton, Idaho, and the Soda Springs Cardinals out of Soda Springs, just to the south of us. I want to thank some of our sponsors for tonight. We got a great group of local sponsors. I want to thank Brolem's Fresh Foods and Ace Hardware. Congratulations to the Cardinals from Brolem's Fresh Foods and Ace Hardware. Be sure to check out the weekly specials at Brolems.com. And good luck in the state tournament from your friends and family at Ace Hardware and Brolem's Fresh Food in Soda Springs. And Pocock Trucking is based in Sugar City, Idaho, but sends trucks all over the western United States and Canada. Pocock Trucking is a full service, and by that we mean they do everything. They haul bulk commodities like feed, fertilizer, grain, and potatoes. They offer minor shop repairs and have a full-service lube bay. They grow potatoes, dairy-quality alfalfa, and more. They can even sell you a used truck if you need one. Pocock Trucking's main office is in Sugar City, and their truck shop is located in St. Anthony. To find out more, go to PocockTrucking.com. Pocock proudly supports North Fremont Athletics and wants to wish them good luck in tonight's matchup. Huge thanks to all those, and we've got a lot more local sponsors we'll be hearing from throughout the game, including, you heard from them already, Liberty GMC in Rexburg and Caribou Ford down in Soda Springs. So the North Fremont Huskies, they're in their home purple uniforms, purple pants, purple jerseys, purple helmets with the white letters, white numbers, I should say. On the other side of things, it's the Soda Springs Cardinals in their white jerseys with outlined red and black numbers. The captain's meeting at midfield right now as the players exchange handshakes as well as the officials as we wait for the coin toss. You know, we were talking just before break, Lynn, about the kind of different styles of these two offenses specifically. North Fremont, they're a rush team. They're going to run the football 90% of the time. On the other side of things, you know, Soda Springs like to spread things out, a little more traditional, or not traditional, a little more modern offense as to what we're used to seeing now from the Cardinals. So two opposing offenses, it'll be interesting to see how the defenses hold them and what they can do defensively on both sides.
Sure, which leads me to another point about this being a playoff game, and it doesn't matter what the records are now. You're in the playoffs, and anything goes now. And playing here at the Dome, if Soda Springs is a more wide-open offense, that's going to play in their favor in the Dome. I mean, if North Fremont is a team that likes to run the ball control, they're built for winter weather, so to say, playoff football, maybe here in the Dome, give Soda Springs an advantage that they maybe wouldn't have if they were playing this game up in North Fremont or anywhere else, on a quote-unquote normal grass field out in the elements.
Yep.
And here in a, climate-controlled, fast turf, maybe that will be beneficial for Soda Springs coming into this game.
We will see. The coin toss was won by the Cardinals. They deferred to the second half. North Fremont will receive the opening kickoff here, and they will be headed from, let me get my directions right here, from west to east in the Dome. As we sit over here on the south side in the press box, North Fremont will be headed from our left to our right. So from west to east on a brand new turf here at Holt Arena. There hasn't been too many football games played on this season. A new renovated north side of Holt Arena as well, with a nice president's box up there, the nicer seats. This side will be, it's the same as it's always been, but it'll be renovated next year. So they're making some big improvements here at Idaho State University.
Yeah, as I walked in off of the south side, I looked across to that north side, like, oh my word, this has been upgraded, awesome. Then turned around, looked behind me, and like, oh, okay, I'm back
Except
home.
for this side.
Yeah, I know, I recognize this. I know this Holt Arena.
Short, low kick taken at the 18, and a big return out across the 40. That return by number 1, that's Angel Romero, and you'll hear that name several times tonight as he's all the way out to the 42-yard line, so a good starting position for the North Fremont Huskies.
Yeah, nice return by him, found a little seam that opened right up and got out there to the 42-yard line.
In the games that North Fremont has lost, they've kind of had slow starts from what I've gathered, and so that may be a point here of emphasis for them, is to get started quickly. They will be in this offensive set. Handoff immediately. That's number 22. He's their big running back. He's got a seam down the right side. Carson Packer to the 20, the 10, the 5, touchdown. First offensive play of the ball game. Carson Packer, 58 yards for a touchdown, and it is 6-0 North Fremont.
Just like that. That was just a handoff to the right side of the line there. There was a hole there, and just was able to kick it out to the outside and bust it free. That probably would have worked in North Fremont or here at the Holt Arena. Obviously did work here, and they're going for 2.
And you'll see they will do this a lot. Jed Hill, the quarterback for the Huskies. A little pitch option. That's going to get there. Packer ran into his own guy, but he did get to the goal line. I thought he was going to get there no problem. Ran into the back of a blocker, and then on second effort got it in. So it's 8-0. Carson Packer running the ball twice, scoring twice.
Yeah, that was a nice read option there, just to pitch out to the running back there. And it looked like he was going to walk in there, but the defender had held up that blocker a little bit, and then he ran right into the back of him and stood him up, but on the second effort was able to get in there. 8-0, just like that. You said that the games that the Huskies have struggled in, they've started off kind of slow. Well, let's see how it turns out when they start off fast, because so far. But Soda Springs is going to get the ball back, and we'll see what they can do.
So a great start for the Huskies, as we're only 17 seconds into this ball game, and already a 58-yard touchdown run from Carson Packer for the Huskies. And they will get ready to kick off here. I thank another sponsor for us, Custom Ironworks in Soda Springs, been locally owned and operated for over 40 years, providing the area's best welding and machining services. Swing in at 640 West Highway 30 or give them a call at 208-547-2426. Everyone at Custom Ironworks is proud to support the Cardinals in tonight's game. That ball taking a nice bounce for the Cardinals out of bounds, That'll draw the procedure penalty flag at the 11. So they'll have the option to either have them re-kick or take it at the 35. My guess is they'll bring it out to the 35.
I would imagine so. That's one thing that maybe, this is the first time the Huskies have seen turf too, as far as that ball will take some different bounces out here. Both teams are most likely first time on a turf field where the ball doesn't always, it doesn't bounce any correct way. There's no correct or wrong way it bounces. And it will do different here on the turf.
So starting out in the pistol with 3 wideouts to the right side of the line on the far side and 1 to our near side. Back in the pistol, back to pass as a quarterback. He's sacked in the backfield. Number 13 for the Huskies flying in there with the sack. That's Hank Richardson.
Yeah, he was able to get penetration right from the get-go. Not a lot of time. The quarterback did look off to the right, gave it a little bit of a pump fake, but he was already in the arms of number 13 by the time he had any chance of getting rid of it.
Stacked wideouts on each side now with 1 man in the backfield with Trey Stevens, the junior quarterback. Handoff up the middle. Got back to the line of scrimmage, maybe half a yard. It's going to bring up 3rd and 15 as that sack was a loss of about 6 on the previous play. Now the ball sitting at the 30-yard line. They've got to get out to the 45.
Yeah, they did run that off to the right side. Not a lot of room there. It looked like there may have been a cutback lane, a lane to cut back into, but it closed really quick and just got back to the line of scrimmage, or maybe a yard.
Same formation here. Stacked receivers on each side. Back to pass. Now he steps up. He's got room to run. Outruns some Huskies. And now he's got a first down. He's free down the sideline and finally out of bounds across midfield down to the 40-yard line. So Trey Stevens with a nice run for a big gain out to their 40-yard line.
Yeah, he pulled that down a little bit quick, but didn't have a lot of time back there and was able to find, an open space and speed got him to the outside over there on the right side and picked up that first down and then some. A nice run by that quarterback.
Yeah, Stevens showing his speed. His first real scramble or opportunity to scramble there, and he outran some of those defenders as those guys are going to have to rethink their angles a little bit going after him. Same formation again, stacked receivers on either side. Stevens at the right hash. Across the middle on a cut route through the hands of the receiver and off the pads of a defender. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10.
That seam route looked like it was there. The throw looked pretty good, went right through his hands, and I think the defender's more upset that he dropped it than the receiver on that one for Soda Springs. That play looked like it was there, though, but there were 2 defenders right there.
Quentin Hansen, the intended receiver, I believe, on that play. Handoff up the middle, no. Pulled back by Stevens. He had a little bit of daylight, and it closed quickly. About a 2-yard gain. It's going to be 3rd and 8 upcoming for the Cardinals as the ball sits at the 38-yard line. 10:06 left to go here in the first quarter. It's the 2022 state football playoffs here in the 2A division. The Cardinals and the Huskies matching up. Stevens back to pass from the gun. Straight draw. He gets caught from behind. He's going to be short of the first down. Gained another 2 yards. It's going to be 4th and 6 upcoming from the 36.
That looked like number 13 again, Hank Richardson. On that stop, it looked like that play could open up. That he had a little bit of room, but it closed quick. The hole that was there closed quick. That was a design run from the get-go. He planted his back foot, stepped, and then ran. I don't think there was much of a read there on anything. Sometimes they'll go back, and if it's there, they'll take it. That would look like a design run from the get-go.
So the Cardinals are lined up to go for it here with 9:10 left in the first. The ball sits at the 36-yard line, 4th and 6, and now a timeout called by Soda Springs, I believe. Not uncommon for these guys to go for it here in this spot where you're kind of in no man's land here on 4th down. Want to thank a couple more of our sponsors. Fall River Propane serves all of the Upper Valley as well as Island Park with the highest quality, hottest burning propane at competitive prices. Our industry-trained and certified service staff offer more than 70 years of experience. Fall River Propane services all makes and models of propane fireplaces and stoves. Fall River Propane is your full-service propane provider for homes and businesses. Check them out at fallriverpropane.com or call anytime at 1-800-632-5726. Fall River Propane, experience the difference. So the Cardinals come back after the timeout in a very similar formation. Stevens is back in the gun. Now a man in motion coming across to the left side of the line. Back to pass. Stevens now going to tuck. Looking to run. Still, now he cuts up field. It's going to be awfully close. All going to depend on the spot. It looks like they're going to call him down right at the 30 for a first down.
When he dropped back to pass, it looked like he had in mind where he was going to go, but that receiver wasn't quite where he looked like where he was going to go, and then he did take it and ran with it, and then he did pick up that first down. It was a nice run by quarterback there, Stevens.
So 4 wideouts again, 2 to each side. Stevens on a straight draw this time, finds a little bit of running room and then drugged down at the 26-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 6 upcoming. 8:28 left here in the first quarter. This one got started early here for the Huskies. A 58-yard touchdown run on the first play from scrimmage from Carson Packer. He also scored on the 2-point conversion, and that's where we're at in this sustained drive right now by the Cardinals, chewing into some time off the clock. Stevens back in the pistol once again. Now he comes up to the line of scrimmage, gives the center a little tap as everyone looks to the sideline for the change in play. Man in motion coming in front of Stevens. Stevens back to pass. Going across down the field. Incomplete. Flag comes out. Looked like number 42 for the Huskies had a hold of him. That's Cutter Bowman. Had a hold of the receiver as he tried to make his move inside.
Yeah, as he cut inside, it was hard to see from this angle, but the referee had a better angle at it. Looking at that, probably had a hold of him on the backside there, as Stevens was trying to throw off to his right on a slant coming across the hash marks there.
So after the penalty, that puts the ball right at the 15, 1st and 10 from the 15 with 7:50 left here in the first quarter. Stevens rolling right. He's on a designed run play. Got blockers out there as he heads for the pylon, dives, touchdown Cardinals. Stevens dove for the right pylon. He got there, and it's 8-6 North Fremont.
That was a designed run off to the right from the get-go, and Stevens has got some speed, was able to outrun, because it looked like, he wasn't going to even get to the end zone, but then to get, another 7-8 yards just on pure speed, and then lunged towards the pylon over there and reached across, and they gave him the touchdown on that one. Nice drive, Soda Springs.
Stevens, handoff, big hole up the middle, 2-point conversion's good. Handoff went to, I believe that's Caleb Thompson, the running back, and a flag comes in late. I can't tell who the running back's number down there. So late flag comes in. The 2-point conversion, no, the flag gets waved off by the officials. So a little discussion. It's waved off. And it's 7:43 left here in the first. It's 8-8.
Just what Soda Springs needed after that big, quick start by the Huskies, and there are not a lot of people here in the Dome, but it got pretty quiet. I'm not saying it's probably half and half, I would imagine, for fan base here, and but kind of felt like, man, this could be over quick. But then a sustained drive by the Soda Springs, and got ourselves a ball game. That 2-point conversion, they just ran right up the middle, and it was there. I mean, the offensive line did a great job blocking that, and had a nice hole for that running back just to run up into. And I was trying to also figure out who that number was. I could not tell either from up here who that was. So I apologize to his family, any family that might be listening to that 2-point conversion by that running back.
It could be 6 or 8 as well. It might be Colton Kern or Corbin Griggs. We'll do a little recon here when we get another timeout and find out for sure. But yeah, so the red numbers with that black outline are a little tough to see when the numbers are similar. Right-footed kicker, it's got to get out of bounds. So they tried a little onside to the right side of the return team. It took a hop out of bounds. So that'll draw the flag on the procedure.
I believe they marked that where it goes out of bounds,
correct.
Right on that. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, if it goes out of bounds more downfield of the 35, you take it there. So they'll get the ball even better this time. They started at the 42 on their last drive, and they get to start at the 45 this time. We'll see. Packer might scoff at this. This is only a 55-yard run from here, not a 58. So.
Yeah. I'm sure Soda Springs defense has other plans right now.
So we're going right under center is Hill. And handoff. No, that is Hill. No, it's Romero who took it on the handoff. About a 3-yard gain out to the 48-yard line. 2nd and 7.
Yeah, just a quick hitter right up the middle. Kept his legs churning, but was able to fight for a couple yards there. But Soda Springs was up to the task on that play there.
The last drive from Soda Springs, exactly 4 minutes. It went from 11:43 on the clock to 7:43, so a nice 4-minute sustained drive for them. A first pass here from the Huskies and overshot Hank Richardson, the intended receiver, down the right sideline.
Yeah, that was a pass off to the right, just overshot everybody on that one. I wouldn't even call him really open either. Could have threw him open, I guess, but overthrew him, so maybe that obviously determines coverage on that as well. So,
yeah, there was good coverage there. Richardson definitely hadn't broken coverage as they come back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 7 with 7:04 left here in the first. Hill, that read option. Hill takes it on the run. Got free of the would-be tackler. He's across the 40. Knocked down at the 34-yard line. A big first down for Hill. And 6:56 left here in the first. It's 1st and 10. Jed Hill, he's had 50 rushes on the season, 4 touchdowns, a 5.25 yard average on his carries this season. The other big ball carrier is, of course, Carson Packer, 128 rushes for almost 1,000 yards, 990 yards and 11 TDs on the regular season. And now we're going to have a false start, I believe. Now some discussion. It is too many guys moving. So 5-yard penalty. It'll back him up to the 39-yard line where it'll be 1st and 15 with 6:32 left here in the first quarter. Hill under center. Snap. Handoff goes to Packer. Packer with a nice hole over that left side of the line. He'll pick up about 7, but it's going to be 2nd and 8 coming up at the 32-yard line.
Yeah, that penalty set him back just a little bit. That looked like the same run that they scored the touchdown on, just to the left side. Packer was able to find that hole. I mean, good hole over there that the offensive line provided for him, but Soda Springs was able to stop at that time.
Straight take by Hill. Hill into the secondary. The last man who could get him did. A very close first down, actually, on the Hill. That's an impressive carry by Hill because he immediately went and nobody even touched him till he was almost by the linebackers.
Looked almost like a quarterback sneak type play, but not diving to the ground to pick up a yard. He was running with it right from the get-go, and the last defender that could get him got him. Luckily got a hold of him by the jersey and was able to drag him down, but a nice pickup there for the quarterback.
Yeah, I think it was Trey Stevens who actually got him. Handoff, Packer again into the secondary, undercut, but very close to another first down. He picks up 9. 5:15 and counting here as the Huskies are driving again. It's 2nd and 1 upcoming. From the 13-yard line now as the Huskies back inside the red zone. Still in the first quarter here. Handoff, Romero. Romero keeps his feet trying to get to the outside and finally taken down at the 10. It's another first down, though. It'll be 1st and goal for the Huskies from the 9.
Nice hard run in there by the running back, Romero. Running hard, broke a few tackles and kept his legs going and picked up that first down. 1st and goal at the 9.
Romero, he's one of the featured running backs. 43 carries this season for 345 yards, averaging just over 8. Packer on the carry, touchdown. Packer got it on 1st and goal, and a 9-yard touchdown run from him over the right side of that offensive line. And with 4:29 left here in the first, it's 14-8 North Fremont.
Yeah, that was just a quick hitter up the middle. Offensive line did a great job making a hole for him, and he was able to cut it up, get to the second level there, and cut it to the outside, and no one was going to catch him after that 9-yard run.
A 3-minute and 14-second drive from the Huskies ends in another touchdown for Carson Packer. 2-point conversion. Not sure what happened there. Incomplete. Or it's no good. I'm not sure if Hill tried to take it himself, if there was a fumble on the exchange or what. But it'll stay 14-8, North Fremont on top.
I think the Huskies are even trying to figure out what happened there because he's talking to, I believe it would be probably his center there, wondering what happened on that snap because it looked like he could have thrown it, but then he had the ball. They called him down at the quarterback down there after behind the line of scrimmage, unsuccessful 2-point try for the Huskies.
St. Anthony Motors. Get $10 oil changes for life with the purchase of any new or pre-owned vehicle. St. Anthony Motors services all makes and models. Their service department loves servicing Southeast Idaho with professional and expert customer service. Come in today and talk with their amazing sales team to find the perfect vehicle for your needs. You'll find that at St. Anthony Motors, everything is just a tad less. And Baxter Funeral Home in Ashton is a full-service funeral home with a focus on traditional service offerings. They understand how difficult it can be when your family experiences a loss. Their professional and dedicated staff will walk you through every step of the process, helping you create a unique service that best fits your values and needs. Located at 717 Main Street in Ashton, we're honored to service your funeral needs. Find out more by visiting them at Baxter FH, that's BAXTERFH.com, or give them a call at 208-652-3226. Baxter Funeral Home is proud to support the students in the area. Good luck tonight, boys. Huge thanks to all of our sponsors here on IdahoSports.com, our power boosters as well, Grand Peaks Medical, Fall River Electric, Big Judd's Custom Burgers. Huge thanks to each one of them. On the kickoff, that ball gets into the end zone for a touchback, so a big kick, big leg for the Huskies, and so the Cardinals are start at the 20 this time with 4:29 left here in the first quarter. I want to thank Tonjes, Brzee, and Orm dental offices. They make visits enjoyable and positive with 2 convenient locations in St. Anthony and Ashton. Budget-friendly payment plans and family dentistry offered at such a great value. The offices of Tonjes, Brzee, and Orm really is such a wonderful place to make your entire family's dental home. Tonjes, Brzee, and Orm, caring family dentists, wishing the boys good luck in today's game. Visit tbodental.com. First play from scrimmage goes nowhere for the Cardinals as no gain on the play. Back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that was a kind of a delayed run by the quarterback there that just got kind of stuffed from the get-go.
So back in the gun, again, stacked receivers, 2 on the right, 2 on the left. Looking to throw, and then sacked in the backfield by who else but Hank Richardson, his second sack of the ball game for a 5-yard loss.
Yeah, they brought one of their defensive back, what would be a defensive back, but almost another defensive end off of this side that looked like he was going to be on one of the wide receivers, and I think the lineman picked up what he thought he saw coming, and then the inside guy, which is Richardson, was able to get. I mean, he beat his man too, but was able to get in there and get the sack. So
Richardson has been a one-man wrecking ball up there on that defensive line thus far. This time he's held off, going down the field, but nearly overthrown. Beautiful catch by the receiver. That's number 8, I believe, for the Cardinal, Corbin Griggs. Great catch.
Yeah, that almost looked like you overthrew his wide receiver there, but nice catch by the wide receiver. Ran,
It might be Kern. That might be Kern. It might be Colton Kern. I can't tell if it's a 6 or an 8. We got to find out from. We'll have to run upstairs and find out from Soda Springs coach.
Those numbers, and then it tucks right under the shoulder pads right there, and it's hard to see the bottom of that number. So
big gain all the way out to the 45-yard line. This time it is Stevens on the keeper, but he's going to lose a yard actually. Again, Richardson in on the tackle from behind. It'll be 2nd and 11 upcoming. 2:29 left here in the first and counting.
Yeah, just out of that pistol offense, running, a quarterback run to the right and trying to wait for those linemen to set up their blocks, and just got cut down before he even got to the line of scrimmage.
That time a handoff, sidestep on the carry. Going to pick up about 4, but it's going to be 3rd and long, a 3rd and a long 7 for the Cardinals upcoming as the ball sits at their own 48-yard line. They've got to get across midfield to the 45 as we tick down under 2 minutes here in the first, 1:50 and counting. The Cardinals have mixed in the pass and the run very well here thus far in the first quarter. For the Huskies, I think they've had one pass play and it went incomplete. Everything else has been on the ground for them.
Kind of like you had talked about at the beginning of the game, just kind of the styles of these two offenses, and going to get another timeout by Soda. It looked like they were going to do 4 wide receivers to one side, and I don't know if they really liked that look or that's what they were trying to get to, and they didn't feel like they could get to it quick enough.
So the second timeout used here in the first half by the Cardinals. They're down to 1. Huskies still have all 3 of those with 1:23 left here in the first quarter. Want to remind you that you can make the memories last a lifetime by owning the digital game file of this game for just $10. Just click the button that says Order Now, and it can be yours. And if you need something exciting to listen to, it's the always entertaining and occasionally controversial. The IdahoSports.com Prepcast cover every inch of Idaho. Hosted by Brandon Bainey, each Prepcast features one of our in-house experts talking about what's going on in your part of the state. Just go to the IdahoSports.com page and click Prepcasts in the menu to get caught up on what you've been missing. And go to IdahoSports.com tonight. There is tons of football, playoff football going on, some audio, some video. Check out the lineup on IdahoSports.com. Stevens back to pass. Going downfield with a bomb, incomplete, overshot his intended receiver, and it'll be 4th and 7 now from just shy of midfield. We'll see what the Cardinals opt to do. You'd think they'd punt away in this scenario.
Yeah, you are on your side of the 50, and kind of in no man's land, but where you are on this side, but it looks like they're going to go for it. I don't know who their punter is.
Sometimes you see these 2A schools, it'll be the quarterback. He'll just kind of drop back a little deeper. In fact, that's what it looks like. Stevens just a couple yards deeper, and he'll just pooch it away. And it gets blocked at the line of scrimmage. And falling on it at midfield, so that's going to be a net punt of 2 yards as that ball was recovered after it was blocked by Carson Bone for the Huskies.
Yeah, that is a disadvantage of where you take that snap at. I mean, you are lined up almost similar to the pistol, maybe a half a yard to a yard deeper than you typically are, and just didn't get enough air on that and got knocked down almost like a batted down pass at the line of scrimmage. I don't know. That's a live ball at that point, isn't it?
It is.
So yep. I think Soda Springs had an opportunity maybe to jump on that a little bit, but anyway, just didn't think they may rethink that one. But
on the first play for the Huskies, Romero trying to get to the outside on the left side over there, gets drugged down for a short yard gain. With under a minute left to go here for the first, Angel Romero picks up one to make it 2nd and 9 from the 49 for the Huskies. See what they opt to do here in the last 40 seconds of the first quarter. To the line of scrimmage goes Hill under center. Turns and hands it off to Packer. Packer stuck and now still fighting forward. I think maybe a little early on the whistles. He'll pick up another yard. And it'll be 3rd and 8 with 15 seconds, and that might be the last play of the first quarter.
Yeah, it does look like the quarterback's coming over to the sideline, content with having that be the last play of the quarter. Yeah, I agree that might have been a little premature whistle there because it looked like Packer was still twisting and driving his feet and fell forward another maybe about a yard than what they marked him at. So,
well, that's the end of the first quarter here as the Huskies are leading 14-8 over the Soda Springs Cardinals. We're going to keep it here and thank some more of our great sponsors. Ranke Grain is a local family-owned grain company. They've been serving the folks in the Ashton area for decades. If you're a farmer, we buy wheat or barley. Give Chris a call today at 652-7449, or you can stop by their unique-looking building at 301 Main Street in Ashton, and they'll be glad to help you with your farming needs. The Ranke family proudly supports North Fremont football. Bring home the hardware, boys. And Upper Valley Orthopedics is the Upper Snake River Valley's renowned state-of-the-art orthopedic and sports medicine clinic. Doctors Michael Larson, Kevin Lee, and Travis Torngren are board-certified orthopedic surgeons treating all conditions of the shoulder, elbow, hand and wrist, hip, knee, foot, ankle, and sports-related injuries. Please call for an appointment at 208-356-9550 or request one online at uppervalleyortho.com. Upper Valley Orthopedics in Rexburg is a proud supporter of North Fremont athletics. So with the change of the quarter comes the change of direction for the offense. North Fremont now heading to the west end zone from right to left. Packer with the carry. Packer breaking free into the secondary, still on his feet all the way down to the 30-yard line as he was carrying tacklers for 5 extra yards on the play.
Yeah, just a quick hitter right up the middle. Packer was able to break a couple tackles, and then he's kind of deceivingly fast too, because he was able to pull away from the defenders and did get caught. But yeah, nice pickup there on a quick hitter right up the middle.
So Packer carrying his team. He'll get the carry again, this time hitting the backfield. Flag comes up, but he's still on his feet. Going to gain a yard. We'll see what the flag is on the play. It came from the from the white hat, and he's going to say it's an illegal shift. So that'll cost the Huskies 5 yards. It'll stay first down, but it'll be 1st and 15 from the 35 with 11:26 to go here in the second, just underway. Thanks for joining us here on IdahoSports.com. 2A state football playoffs from Holt Arena here in Pocatello. The North Fremont Huskies in their purple uniforms taking on the Soda Springs Cardinals in their whites with their black helmets, red trim. Right now it's the Huskies on top. 2 Carson Packer touchdown runs. That's Packer again up the middle. Packer fighting for more yards back beyond the original line of scrimmage for about a 6-yard gain.
Yeah, that was another one right up the middle. The offensive line was able to create a little bit of a crease for him to run up in. And one thing that I am impressed with North Fremont's running backs, both Romero and Packer, they run hard. I mean, they're not going to come down on the first hit, first tackler. It's going to need to be a little more of a group effort in order to bring them down. They do fight for those extra yards.
They have gained them in chunks here throughout the first quarter and a couple minutes here of the second. 10:26 and counting here in the second quarter. And now a timeout taken by North Fremont. Offensive coordinator Shannon Hill out onto the field to talk it over with his offense. A little confusion on the play there as Hill was pointing out to different offensive linemen where to go, and Coach Shannon Hill wanted to make sure everybody was straight. 10:20 left here in the second quarter. Want to remind everybody that our army of Idaho sports action photographers are covering games all over the state. We've revamped our galleries to make it even easier to find and order your favorite action shots. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click the Action Photos link in the menu. And you can find, we got some great photographers at Idaho Sports that work with us, and they take phenomenal pictures, all professional quality. You can get on there and order them from the website. A lot of things going on this weekend in high school sports. You've got state cross country at Lewiston that kicks off tomorrow. Those races will be tomorrow up there. Of course, you've got playoff action tonight. We had a couple of playoff games last night. More playoff football on Saturday, and state volleyball's going on all around the state as well. So a crazy busy weekend in sports. Packer with the carry after the timeout, picks up about 7. He's going to be 2 yards shy of the first down. It'll be 3rd and 2 from the 22. Another nice carry by Carson Packer.
Yeah, that offensive line is doing a good job against the Soda Springs defensive line, opening up these runs right up the middle for him and then again it's just kind of a difficult tackle. It's not one man's going to bring him down. He's going to have some help.
Handoff to Romero. Romero gets the first down out across the 20 to the 19. North Fremont, that time they actually lined 3 people up off the line, 2 wide receivers and a tight end, and then they just run Romero right up the middle. So
yeah, kind of sidestepped that first tackler and was able to pick up that first down for North Fremont.
Angel Romero, a senior running back, 6 foot, 190 pounds. Then you got Jed Hill, a junior at quarterback, and Carson Packer, he's a senior, along with Hank Richardson. Packer, a big carry, runs over a defender and falls forward to the 13-yard line. It's 2nd and about 3 now for the Huskies. They can get in a first down inside the 10 at the 9. 9:05 left here in the second quarter. The Huskies got the first defensive stop of the game on a blocked punt. They got this ball at the 50, and that is where this drive started. Another pass going for Richardson in the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Hank Richardson on a beautiful ball from Jed Hill. A 13-yard touchdown pass to number 13, Hank Richardson.
That was a nice pass. It was one-on-one coverage out to the left side and just put a nice touch on that ball. And number 13, the wide receiver there, was able to run right underneath that, caught it with, looked like about 3 steps in bounds and got that 13-yard touchdown.
So Hank Richardson active on both sides of the ball. He's got 2 sacks, a couple tackles for loss. And then the 2-point conversion carry by Packer, basically untouched over the right side of that line, and it's 22-8 North Fremont.
Yep, same sort of run that they've done. Quick hitter right up the middle, and was able to get that 2-point conversion by Packer. That's his second of the 2-point conversion of the game so far.
So Hill to Hank Richardson on a 13-yard touchdown pass. makes it 22, and the two-point conversion, as you mentioned, good, 22-8. As the Huskies building on this lead with 8:45 left here in the second quarter. I want to thank Dallas Hill with Silver Creek Real Estate Group, and they're Eastern Idaho's best choice for all your real estate needs. Dallas Hill has the experience and expertise to give you the upper hand through every phase of your transaction. He focuses on helping people reach their goals when it comes to buying, selling, or investing in real estate, and Dallas will work hard for you. Visit him online at DallasHillRealty.com to start reaching your goals today. Call Dallas directly at 208-710-9128. That's Dallas Hill with Silver Creek Real Estate Group, where helping people is my passion. Go Huskies from Dallas Hill Realty. Once again, a huge thanks to all of our local sponsors for state playoffs, as the Huskies are here with a big lead. Low line drive kick taken at the 5, and a little fake reverse, but the return over the left side, down that left sideline, cut down by Richardson at the 20. And the Cardinals will take over there first and 10.
Yeah, they tried to do a little reverse fake or something, getting some of the kickoff team to follow the the other returner, but looks like North Fremont had that pretty well covered. Got out to the 20 though.
So with 8:37 left here in the second, the Cardinals get their possession here. Straight take on a low snap this time. Stevens, the ball carrier, gets 1.5 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 8 upcoming for the Cardinals. Stevens has been the main ball carrier from that quarterback position for the Cardinals.
Yeah, that looked like a low snap. Had to almost pick it up off the turf there and just started taking off with it. May have been a design right from the get-go, but definitely threw him off a little bit, I think, with that low snap.
And flag comes in. It was number 12 who was in motion for the Cardinals. That's Quentin Hansen. False start on the Cardinals. I think that might have been just kind of an illegal snap scenario where maybe because I didn't see the extra movement besides Hansen. So a 5-yard penalty nonetheless. It'll bring up 2nd and about 14. 7:35 and counting as the ball sits at the 17-yard line. Man in motion again is Hansen. Straight take, hit in the backfield, cut down for another loss. 2 guys in there that time for the Huskies. Richardson hit him first, and then number 87?
87, yep. Dax Cherry.
Cherry finished him off in the backfield, so now it's 3rd and 15.
Looked like a design run from the beginning, and those 2 on the left side of Soda Springs' offensive line were just able to get penetration, get in there.
Back to pass is Stevens, out to the outside, way out in front of the intended receiver, Quentin Hansen, and now it's 4th and 15 from the 15-yard line, and that will bring in the punt crew. They'll go with the traditional punt formation, it looks like, this time, with the punter way back at the 1. Now he takes a step up to the 2. All kinds of motion going. And another false start, so that'll back him up 5 more yards. I think that's 72 Will Lau back there to kick. Now he's about 2 yards deep in his own end zone where he'll punt away. Gets a nice spiral punt away. Takes a bounce for the Cardinals out to the 48-yard line where it'll be downed. But more good field position for the Huskies.
Yeah, you got a decent punt, got a good roll on that punt, but still the North Fremont Huskies will start in Soda Springs territory, 48-yard line.
So the Huskies back with it on offense. As Hill goes under center. 2 wideouts to the near side. It's Cherry. And then the handoff goes to Romero just straight up the gut for about 4 yards to the 44-yard line. 2nd and 6 upcoming.
Yeah, those are just quick hitters right up the middle. North Fremont does have, line up with 2 backs there, and they do get, vice versa, depending on who's first in, Packer was the lead blocker for Romero on that one. Was able to pick up about 4 yards.
Hill under center once again. This time it's Packer with the carry. Big hole, very near the first down yardage. In fact, I think he's got it. Out across to the 37-yard line. It'll be first down at the 37 for the Huskies. Take a look at North Fremont's their records over the last 4 years. In 2018, they went 11-1 and got 2nd at state. In 2019, they went 10-1 and got 3rd at state. 2020, 8-1, 3rd at state. 2021, 9-1, 3rd at state. Handoff up the middle. Romero breaks free. He's headed for the goal line. Touchdown, Angel Romero. A 37-yard touchdown run for him. And now it's 28-8.
Nice run by Romero. Offensive line opened up a hole on that right side of their line. Another quick hitter right up there, and no one touched him within that first 5 yards, and then he was gone. Was able to run away from the defenders on that one. Looks like they're lining up again, going for 2.
And it's just a straight keep from Hill. Nobody touched him. 2-point conversion is good. And now it's 30-8. And the Huskies starting to pour it on a little bit here in the second quarter. 5:32 left here in the second quarter. It's Huskies 30, the Cardinals 8. Want to thank Grand Peaks, your community health center. They're proud to support their local athletes and keep them healthy on their road to the state title. Grand Peaks, located in St. Anthony and Rexburg, provide affordable medical, dental, behavioral health, and pharmacy services for the entire family. Their healthcare providers and staff are highly trained and experienced in all areas of primary medicine, obstetrics, family dentistry, behavioral health, and prescription services. Grand Peaks is committed to establishing a personal relationship with each patient and providing affordable health care for your family. Visit grandpeaks.org online for a full list of services. Good luck, Huskies, from all the staff at Grand Peaks. So Romero, a 37-yard touchdown run. Here with 5:32 left in the second. Makes it 30-8 after the 2-point conversion by Hill is good. And the Huskies will kick off once again. The defense has clamped down for the Huskies. Just allowed that first touchdown drive and nothing since. That ball takes the return man back to the 1. It's Stevens. Stevens out just beyond the 20 to the 21-yard line. And it'll be first and 10 for the Cardinals from there.
You kind of maybe wonder now maybe if that defense of Soda Springs is getting a little bit tired. They've just been able to run the ball, being pretty successful, even picking up chunks of yards. I mean, yeah, most of their, 2 big touchdown runs, but then they've just been able to, grind out these 4, 5, 6, 7-yard runs. Kind of at will right now.
Stevens to pass. They throw underneath short for about a 6-7 yard gain, though, out to the 27. Receiver on the play, that's number 20, Carson Hobbs, the senior. And it'll be second and 4 upcoming, as they've got to get it out to the 21 for a first down. 5:01 left here in the first quarter. Second quarter, excuse me.
Second quarter.
The long first quarter.
That would have been a long one, yeah.
Stevens back to pass. Rolling left now, looking downfield. Let's go of it. He's got a receiver, and it falls incomplete. And a flag all the way back at the 20-yard line. Maybe a late hit. We'll wait to see what the call is. Or a hold. It is roughing the passer against North Fremont. So that'll give him a first down on the play out to near the 40-yard line. They hit Stevens late as he let go of that down the field, and that'll cost the Huskies that ball all the way out to the 42-yard line.
That was a good pass. The receiver had beaten the defender down the field. That looked like it was a little bit short. Couldn't bring it in, but Soda Springs gets the help with that, personal foul, roughing the passer, which when he did get hit, it would have been late. It would have been after the throw. It's an okay call.
Stevens on a draw, a little delayed draw. He kind of pump faked and then took it up the middle, got nothing. Maybe half a yard. It'll be second and long, second and 9 at best.
The reason why I say it's an okay call, because you see around football in general now, we're getting to where, there's a lot of controversy about what is and what is not a roughing the passer penalty anymore. Tom Brady would have been proud of that one for sure.
I feel like it's just in the NFL almost.
Well,
like that's where all the confusion seems to be.
Sure.
Back to pass. Stevens flushed out, gets away, throws a bullet to the sticks, and it's incomplete. Good recovery on the coverage. 3rd and 10.
Yeah, I'm sure those quarterbacks in the NFL are making a whole lot more money than the quarterbacks here in the 2A playoffs right now.
Some of these guys have summer jobs or after-school stuff.
No, and they are important. Moms will get mad at me for saying, hey, protect my son or don't protect, But no, and I think this is kind of what Soda Springs has got to do. These are kind of quick passes, and Stevens got to make a little bit of more time with his feet. And that's what he did on that last play, just incomplete pass.
3rd and 10. Stevens flushed out again. He's got a receiver wide open downfield. It's caught. Little move inside. And now down the sideline. Hill misses him. Touchdown. The receiver on the play, Cooper Thompson, a freshman, number 7, gets away from the defenders. And now it's 14-30. Soda Springs still trailing. A big play.
That was a big play. That wide receiver was wide open. And Stevens was able to keep that play alive a little bit with his feet, and then nice moves by the wide receiver to make that defender that ended up getting back there, because he had to wait on the ball for that to get to him, and then was able to make a couple of nice moves, came back to the ball, moved around the defender, out juked another defender, and got into the end zone.
That's a 58-yard touchdown pass from Stevens to Cooper. Hit at the line of scrimmage. And they called that 2-point conversion good. The official right there and called it good.
If he was in the end zone, wasn't in there very long. I mean, the ball had gotten to him just as he was catching it. I mean, well, obviously the ball got to him, but the defender had gotten to him just as he was catching it and hit him and actually fell out of the end zone. So that was pretty bang play. Obviously, they're closer to it than we are up here. I don't know.
Yeah, it was
that one we would be going to replay. I think
if we had that capability.
Yep.
And it was part of the rules, but you're right.
Yes.
It was a bang. They said he caught it right at the goal line. The ball crossed the plane, and so the 2-point conversion's good. And hey, we got a ball game again. What looked like the Huskies kind of pulling away, now it's back to a 2-score game with 3:48 left here in the second quarter. That was a 58-yard touchdown pass from Stevens to Thompson. And then the 2-point conversion was good as well.
And I'm sorry, I didn't get the get the receiver on who caught that pass. I
I didn't
was
see it
more
either.
watching the referee what
Yep.
he was going to call on that, just to see if he was going to call him in the end zone or not. And didn't see who received that 2-point conversion pass from Stevens, the quarterback. But yeah, with different feel now. Got a game, still down by 2 scores, but nice answer by Soda Springs.
Romero takes the kickoff at the 15, runs it back up the middle, nearly breaks free as his knee went down at the 41. He just about broke through right up the middle of the field.
Yeah, he was able to get that return, ran it right up the middle, and it did close on him a little bit and got enough of him just to kind of knock him to his knee. And, man, if he could have, it's just like a lunge, hit his knee, he still could have gone, but to the 41-yard line.
I was talking about the Huskies and their success over the last 5 years. They were district champs 2018, 19, 20, and 21. This year they got beat by Firth to stop that streak. They could have been district champs 5 years in a row. That carry taken out to the 45 for a 4-yard gain by the Huskies. It'll be 2nd and 6 upcoming with 3:23 left here in the second. Cardinals, led by co-head coaches, actually, Coulter Evans as well as Jager Lee. On the other side of things, Ben Lenz as Romero just rumbling, fighting for extra yards on a tough carry for a first down out to the 47-yard line.
Yeah, he was hit, 2 yards, 3 yards down the field, and then was able to just keep his legs going and fighting and clawing, and ended up picking up 7 yards on that. A tough run from Romero on that run.
I give a shout out to the assistant coaches for both these staffs as well. Chad Erickson, Jared Hunsaker, Lance Spencer, Scott Evans, Jason Mon, Tyler Stevens, Doug Wood, Jake Evans. A lot of these guys do this out of the kindness of their heart as Romero breaks free into the secondary again. Flag comes out. Romero headed for the goal line. Touchdown temporarily for Angel Romero, but a flag all the way back here at the 30. Man, it seems like Romero was all by himself with defenders that far down the field. We'll wait to see what the call is. Maybe a holding penalty down, blocking the back on the Huskies.
And that would have been well behind the play. I mean, it had no.
Yeah,
at least from where I could see the flag come in, and in relation to where Romero was at that time. That I didn't see anything at the point of contact, anything around him running the ball that would cause, a block in the back that. Well, they're always unnecessary, I guess, but sometimes it does spring somebody for a big gain or whatever that sometimes don't get called, but the ones that didn't seem to need to happen, they called it on that one. So.
Still a gain on the play. 1st and 4 after the penalty. It just flipped out to Richardson. Richardson right at the tackler. Good tackle in the open field. Richardson very close, probably got the first down. Tackle made by Quentin Hansen out there on the outside. I tell you what, Richardson, I don't think I've ever seen him try to juke anybody. Richardson's plan is just to run you over, whether he's on defense or offense. He's not going to try to make you miss. He's just going to run over the top of you.
Which is kind of surprising on the offensive end because he's a wide receiver.
Correct.
So you think, okay, wide receiver is going to juke. No, he catches the ball and he's just going.
Packer cut down, but he still lunges forward for about 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6. Yeah, I've seen Hank Richardson play a few times, and it doesn't matter. If he has the football in his hands, he's going to try to run you over. There's no sidestepping. There's no jumping. It's just, I'm going to run you down and see if you can tackle me.
Kind of has that same mentality from what I can see on the defensive side, too, is I'm just going to run over the guy that's trying to block me and get in there and cause some problems in the backfield.
Richardson split out to the far right. It's Cherry down here in the left. Rolling right is Hill, motioning for Richardson to go downfield. And we got a flag behind the play. It's probably going to be a holding penalty.
When Richardson did go to run down the field, I think, North Fremont saying that he was kind of getting held and things, and that could have been possibly it, but maybe the flag, just got I was going to say they're complaining about the call, and they just got a flag for maybe that. I don't know. I won't speculate on that. But the play before, just as the play was developing, looked like there was a holding out there as the quarterback Hill is trying to roll out to that side. And then as Richardson's trying to get away, looks like could have been a defensive hold as well, which was what the North Fremont coaches were complaining about.
So sideline warning. Actually, no, they're going to say that's unsportsmanlike. So it wasn't the warning. It was the here you go. So that ball now all the way back to the 36-yard line after the 2 penalties. So this is on the Huskies' 36-yard line. They've got to get all the way down across midfield to the other 26-yard line for a first down. And it is second and 38.
Yeah, holding and then the unsportsmanlike.
Option. Hill fakes. Hill on the run. Hill might pick it up all by himself on this play as he gets to the sideline and finally out of bounds. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage on one play. It'll be 3rd and 10 upcoming.
Yeah, picked up 28 yards. That was a designed run. Looked like maybe a pitch, possible pitch with the running back as he came back to the left side. Looked like everything was going to the right. The running back and the quarterback came to the left side, and he was able to follow and then did a nice job of letting his blocker get in front of him there towards the end to pick up another 5-10 yards there at the end. So
the Huskies, tight formation, now a timeout called by North Fremont.
And back to that play, I'm not disagreeing with North Fremont or saying that they were right about the defensive holding in the backfield, for that wide receiver to go down. But you could tell that something was happening there at the offensive line, like a holding. And maybe that referee didn't have 2 flags in his pocket to throw 2 flags. But they obviously compounded the problem by saying the magic words, whatever it was, to this referee on this side of their field, that it wasn't the warning type of flag. That was But
I'm assuming it wasn't a please or thank you.
No,
those weren't the magic words.
No, and this is playoff football. Please and thank yous go out the window pretty quick. This is important stuff, but it's, I don't know. Just I could see both sides of it from up here. But Soda Springs, had what was it, 2nd and 38. Now it's 3rd and 10. Still have the opportunity to stop them. Need to get a stop before halftime. We've got 45 seconds left in the first half here. And
Coach Hill was the one who drew that flag, and I've refereed for Coach Hill on the basketball floor. He's the head basketball coach at North Fremont, and he's a passionate guy. And, he wants his team to win. He's involved with these kids. And, sometimes you say things that officials don't appreciate, and sometimes that you get those flag thrown. Richardson looking for a flag, but that ball was well overthrown. I don't think there was any really early contact there, in my opinion.
No, it looked like it was good coverage, and then that pass looked like it was uncatchable anyway if there happened to be any contact or any quote-unquote interference involved in that play.
My good friend James Bolin will say, in high school, there's actually no such thing as an uncatchable ball in the high school rule book. But
okay.
Carson Bone had him wide open down the left sideline, and Hill just overthrew him. That'll be a turnover on downs, and the Cardinals will take over at the 36-yard line. With that said, those type of scenarios where it's 5 yards over your head, it's going to be awfully hard for an official to throw a flag. Even if there is marginal contact there, you're not going to throw a flag on a ball that he's never going to catch.
Sure. Well, and that does make sense because you look up and down football in general. What is uncatchable? You see in people, and even at this level, these boys making catches that you would never think they could make anyway. So
Stevens takes the ground ball off the snap and then picks up big yardage and now driven out of bounds. I like the no flag there as he was being drugged down at the sideline. Good, patient flag, holding on to that by that sideline judge. 26 seconds left as Stevens got out of bounds. But that snap, you saw it, Lynn. It dribbled to him. It just bounced 2 or 3 times before he picked it up. Then that created a gap in the line, and he picked up big yardage out to the 44-yard line.
You don't know if that's the actual play they're running, but just out of necessity, I've got a ball that's rolling back to me. I'm going to pick it up and run with it, but was able to make something out of it. And
the 5.
That was a nice pass. It was a crisp pass. Clock's running on this. A nice, crisp, a dart of a throw to the wide receiver there, and it's right on his fingertips. I didn't know if he's going to be able to pull it in or not because it looked like it was coming out there pretty quick for being a 30, 40-yard pass out there.
Yeah.
Still looked like it might have been kind of a missile on that sack. And, with now they're down to no timeouts, but, they maybe tried to hurry up, obviously, get that play going. Maybe they don't make this interesting with 10 seconds left.
2nd and goal. Ball sits at the 14. 3 bunch now. The man comes over to the far right. Now there's 3 receivers on the right side. Man in motion. Back to pass going for the touchdown. Caught! It's the same man out there. And a big catch. Allen, I think is what they said. I'm looking for him.
Yeah, they ended up maybe not on purpose, but ended up bringing 2 guys in motion. One guy first and then another guy left him out all by himself on that one side and threw the ball.
And everybody taking off early again. That'll back him up 5 yards. Of course, this is an untimed down, but that's what time is left on the clock, as now it's 30-22. Pass, was it 22 out there, or 20 on that touchdown pass? Carson Hobbs? I think it might have been Hobbs on the catch out there on the far side. I believe it was number 20 for the touchdown. Back to pass, kind of the same play. That fade route to Hobbs, incomplete. And so it'll stay 30-22 with 6 seconds left. But the Cardinals back into this ball game as it was 30-8, folks, and it is now 30-22. A good second quarter for the Cardinals to cut back into this lead and get within 1 score. Want to remind everybody that tournament coverage on IdahoSports.com is presented by Project Filter, Your Health Idaho, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, and the Idaho Transportation Department. Also brought to you in part by Valleywide Cooperative and your local Toyota dealers. Huge thanks to all of them. I want to thank our power boosters as well for tonight's game. Grand Peaks Medical, Fall River Electric, and Big Judd's Custom Burgers. And huge thanks to all of our local sponsors. Congratulations to the Cardinals from Brolum's Fresh Foods and Ace Hardware. Be sure to check out the weekly specials at brolums.com. And good luck in the state tournament from your friends and family at Ace Hardware and Brolum's Fresh Foods in Soda Springs. Lau out there to do the kicking once again, and he's a straight-on kicker. He just toes that thing and drives it downfield as far as he can. Romero and Packer back to receive. Short kick, taken at the 30, and then up the middle, the carry still on his feet, out to the 45-yard line. Finally dropped there. That's number 30, I believe, on the return for the Huskies.
34.
34.
His eyes lit up when he saw that ball coming to him, and he was going to make every opportunity of that chance.
And that's Andrew Martin, freshman. And that's the end of the first half. The Huskies up 30-22. The Huskies go into halftime with an 8-point lead. And we're going to step away for a little break here at halftime. This is the 2A state football playoffs here on IdahoSports.com.
How to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valleywide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
The unmistakable swagger of someone fully covered with health insurance through Your Health Idaho for as low as $0 a month. If you're as speechless as I am right now, say nothing. Health yeah! Enroll by December 15th and you could qualify for quality health insurance starting at $0 a month.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
Scott here with Teton Honda. At the Teton Auto Group, we pride ourselves on having the largest variety of quality used vehicles in the region. So if you're in the market for a used car, stop by our dealership and shop from a wide variety of makes and models. And if we don't have what you're looking for on our lot, no problem. Our extensive dealership network will find the used vehicle that's right for you. Visit Teton Honda today to find the used vehicle you've been dreaming of.
You know what I like about Caribou Ford? It's a quick drive, but it's beautiful.
You know what I like about Caribou Ford? I take my Caribou Ford mountain biking.
You know what I like about my Caribou Ford? I take my Caribou Ford to the
Tory immediately. Our current GMC and used truck selection is fantastic. Now is the time to purchase a new GMC truck or SUV from John Adams GMC in Rexburg. All new GMCs and qualifying used vehicles come with warranty forever. Take advantage of discounts up to $2,500 off MSRP on new GMC trucks and SUVs. Plus, 0% APRs available on many new GMCs. Right now, get $1,000 in GMC accessories included with your new GMC special order. And don't miss our trunk or treat on Saturday, October 29th from 2 to 5 p.m. with lots of fun, music, prizes, and candy. Changes in the air.
Proud of your children.
But stop being so ridiculous.
And don't make us run another commercial.
Because we will.
This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association, reminding you to always practice good sportsmanship.
Welcome to the Ryerson Family Backyard Games. There will be obstacles to face and challenges to overcome. Are you ready?
Hard path isn't always easy. It takes courage and determination to do hard things. Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
We're Valley-wide cooperative. For 100 years, we've been your first choice for residential and commercial propane, fuels, oils, and lubricants. We service HVAC, install water heaters, propane tanks, and accessories. And yes, we'll even deliver right where you need it. Because for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Former regional champ and back in training.
That's commitment.
Ow!
Oh, tough start. This is not as easy as it used to be, folks.
And she's off. Obviously pushing through some pain.
Every muscle is begging her to stop. How's she doing this?
I'm not even sure she knows.
Look at her go. And stop.
Come on.
And go again.
It's literally the home stretch. Whoa!
She made it. Feel the
I didn't want to be sick or in the hospital. Getting the vaccination, my experience was painless and worth it. It was a very wise choice.
Look at that.
Welcome back here. We're at halftime. The 2A state football playoffs. This matchup, the North Fremont 22 now here at halftime. Take a look at the scoring. And it's 8. And then the Huskies went on a little bit of a roll. A 9-yard touchdown run from Carson Packer with 4:29 left in the first quarter. Made it with Packer getting the 2-point conversion. Then Romero with a 37-yard touchdown run with 5:32 left in the second. Made it 30. Scenario around how the game kind of swung a little bit in the second quarter, but there was a 58-yard touchdown pass from Stevens to Thompson for the Cardinals. Prior to that 58-yard touchdown pass, that kind of changed the game a little bit because, Romero must be the next white hat on the next game. So, yep. Thank you, Blair. Yeah, you too.
Thank you.
Blair Goodwin and Brian Miller coming up here in the next game. But Romero had that touchdown run called back on the block in the back.
That's right.
Then there was a penalty, a holding penalty, and a unsportsmanlike conduct penalty that put him way behind the sticks, like 38 yards. They ended up they turned it over on downs, and that is when we got the 58-yard touchdown pass from the Cardinals that kind of started that little bit of a roll with 3:48 left in the second quarter. So really a 21-point swing there if you want to look at it that way, 21-22, depending on the 2-point conversion stuff. The Cardinals got two touchdowns out of it, and the Huskies lost out on one because of that little scenario.
Sure, kind of a turnover on downs for the Huskies, and then yeah, you're right. You go back to what was happening at that time. Yeah, because it did feel it was 30-8. Felt like, oh my word, this is getting out of hand. Well, it would have been 38 or 37-6, whatever, to 8. But then that gets called back, and then get behind the sticks there on the penalty and the unsportsmanlike penalty as well. And then 2 scores from Soda Springs there to finish up the half, which sets us up for a great second half, 30-22, getting ready to kick it off here. Huskies are going to be kicking to Soda Springs, the Cardinals, and this could be a big swing for the Cardinals as well if they were. It depends on what materializes from this drive.
Yeah, you think about it, they score twice to end the second quarter, and now you get to take the opening kickoff at the third. They'll fake the handoff again. It's Stevens with it. Stevens hit at the 14 and dropped at the 16. So Stevens doesn't get back to the 20, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Cardinals. They'll say officially almost out to the 18, actually, on that carry with 11:49 left here in the third. Just underway here in the second half of 2A state football playoffs. Opening round. It's an IdahoSports.com game stream production of the 2022 Idaho High School Football Playoffs here on IdahoSports.com. Remember, at halftime, we have our player of the game, the IdahoSports.com player of the game, presented by the Idaho Transportation Department. Stevens going down the field on the first play. Some contact, but no penalty flag comes out. Ball knocked away. Bowman able to knock it away from, I think that's 2020. I think that's Hobbs. Carson Hobbs, the senior wide receiver.
Yeah, I think there was a little contact, it looked like, before, but then the defender was able to turn around to look like, he wasn't in no man's land. He was able to turn and defend the ball. I think that's what kind of saved him on that, But it was right along the Soda Springs bench where they felt like he had gotten there early.
Stevens on the run, gets caught from behind, spun around, and then tackled after a short gain out to the 22-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 6 coming up. Good coverage downfield, forced Stevens to kind of run around, couldn't find anybody downfield, and then finally had to take off. And the Huskies able to contain him in the pocket. 11:19 left here in the third.
Yeah, the Huskies were able to do to cover pretty well on that because it looked like Stevens had a decent amount of time as far as everything's going fast for that quarterback back there, but had some time and then decided to try to take off and run, picked up 4 yards.
Man in motion across the field. Stevens back in the pistol, back to pass, and throws it at the feet of the intended receiver. That was number 12, Quentin Hansen. But I think Stevens, again, had to get rid of that a little early as the pocket was collapsing on him, and he put it at the feet of his receiver. And with 10:54 left here in the third, Lau will be back there to punt away. Thanks for joining us here on IdahoSports.com as Lau steps up and nice punt. Going to take a bounce at the 49 and go sideways and downed at the 49 by the Cardinals. So the Huskies will have it just across midfield for their first possession. The defense does their job and gives the offense good field position here with 10:46 left in the third. Dallas Hill with Silver Creek Real Estate Group is Eastern Idaho's best choice for all your real estate needs. Dallas Hill has the experience and expertise to give you the upper hand through every phase of your transaction. He focuses on helping people reach their goals when it comes to buying, selling, or investing in real estate, and Dallas will work hard for you. Handoff goes to Packer, working hard for you. Up across for 5 yards to the 44-yard line, 2nd and 5. You can visit Dallas online at DallasHillRealty.com to start reaching your goals today. Call Dallas directly at 208-710-9128. That's Dallas Hill with Silver Creek Real Estate Group, where helping people is my passion. Go Huskies from Dallas Hill Realty. Handoff to Romero. Romero bounces off some would-be tacklers and picks up a first down to the 37.
Yeah, that was a run off to the right side, and it looked like Soda Springs had that one pretty well jammed up, but then he was able to bounce off would-be tackler there and keep his feet going and picked up the first down. Because after that hit, he did go back just a little bit and thought, I was thinking that maybe he'd be able to get stopped for, a no gain or a little bit of a loss, but then was able to keep it moving.
Handoff to Packer over the left side, and it looked like Packer had a little more room, got tripped up. That was Hansen that tripped him up for about a 5-yard gain, 2nd and 5 upcoming.
Yeah, the Huskies had the offensive line had that blocked really well, had a hole, and the Cardinal defenders there were able to close that pretty quick, relatively speaking, and for only a 5-yard gain because he almost busted that open for more than that.
First man through is Romero. He gets the handoff for another 3 down to the 28-yard line. And it'll be 3rd and 2 upcoming. 3rd and 1, excuse me, with 9 minutes and counting left here in the third quarter. On a great, what is it, 70 degrees in here?
Yeah, beautiful.
It's a beautiful night here in Holt Arena.
Yep.
In this temperature-controlled arena. It's great.
That's great. Yep.
Hill under center. Straight keep. Lots of room to run. First down and more down to the 20. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 20 for the Huskies now. And tell you what, I mean, every time he's done that, just straight, he's gotten 6-7 yards plus. And really, the first person he's running into is his right tackle every time he does that.
Yeah, that's just a straight, quarterback sneak. Again, not going to pick up just 1 yard, not trying to fall forward. He's in it to just run. And I looking at the Soda Springs defense, it's usually when they don't. I mean, they try to overplay their linebackers a little bit and leave that opening in the middle.
Pitch out to number 21 on the carry. Touchdown for the Huskies. That is Carson Bone, and a flag in the middle of the field at the 16-yard line. Carson Bone on the option. Personal foul against the Huskies. So that'll be the second touchdown that's been called off due to penalty now against the Huskies, and that's a big one. It'll back them up 15 yards. all the way back to the 31-yard line with 8:02 left here in the third. 1st and 21 now for North Fremont. Hill under center, back to pass. Flipped out, that was Bone. Was the intended receiver, is incomplete.
Had two receivers out here. Looked like it might have overthrew one and was short for the other, almost right between the two. I'm still trying to, I mean, obviously we didn't get to hear what that personal foul was. You know, it was a personal foul, obviously, but it was looked like the flag was thrown over in the pile of where the line was, you know, and well behind the play, you know, after the fact, but.
Bone with the pitch and picks up a yard. So it's going to be 3rd and 20 now for the Huskies. Mon with the tackle for the Cardinals. 7:30 left here. So the Huskies got a big stop on defense. Now the Cardinals trying to return the favor as they're trying to get a stop here and get this football back just down one score, with 7:15 and counting here in the third.
Looked like Hill was a little shaken up on that play. Got up a little bit slow. Stays in there, though.
Back to pass. Now running is Hill, and he's going to get hit from behind, throws it forward, out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. Kind of a shuffle pass downfield. Nobody really in the area, but it's going to be 4th down.
Not quite sure what the rules are in high school football, but definitely got it past the line of scrimmage, was definitely outside the pocket, just threw it out as he was going, right before he went out of bounds. Anyway, incomplete rather than losing
a yard,
maybe 2 yards on that one. But
at this position, 4th down from their 30-yard line. They've got to get to the 10 for a first down. 7:02 left. Hill hands it to Packer, first man through. Packer's not going to get the first down. He stood up after about a 4-yard gain and a turnover on downs. The Cardinals come away with their own big defensive stop, and they'll get the ball back with 6:56 left here in the third. Ranke Grain is a local family-owned grain company. They've been serving the folks in Ashton for decades. If you're a farmer, they'll buy your wheat or barley, and you can give Chris a call today at 652-7449, or you can stop by their unique-looking building at 301 Main Street, in Ashton, and they'll be glad to help you with your farming needs. The Ranke family proudly supports North Fremont football. Bring home the hardware boys. Well, the defense going to have to step up. A diamond stack of receivers on the right side. A little wide receiver screen that gets snuffed out. Number 42 for the Huskies, that's Cutler Bowman, fought off the blockers and got a tackle for a loss on the play.
Yeah, I've had 4 wide receivers out there to the right side of their offense, and it was to the short side of the field. But the defender there was able to avoid the block and get in there and sniff that one out pretty quick and made a nice open field tackle.
Same formation now on the left side of the line. This time they're going for the one-on-one matchup. It's caught, but on his knees, be short of the first down. Caught by Quentin Hansen, the junior. It'll be 3rd and short, 3rd and 2 with 6:06 and counting here in the third quarter. The Cardinals were down 30-8. They rattled off 2 scores late in the second quarter to get this to 30-22. And both teams have been able to come up with defensive stops here in the third. The Cardinals back with it. 3rd and 2 from the 34-yard line. It's Stevens back in the gun once again where he's been. He got hit in the backfield, but he gets away, dives for the first down, and I believe he's got it. Nearly brought down by Romero in the backfield, but a first down for the Cardinals. And Stevens got just enough. 1st and 10 out at the 37-yard line.
Didn't make it by much on that one.
Just got there.
Just got the first down. 1st and 10, keeps the drive alive, which if your Soda Springs exactly what you needed right now. Being back on this side of the field, just got to, if anything, flip field position, but obviously you want to keep the drive alive.
Cardinals swing it outside. Good blocking, man downfield, and finally pushed out of bounds. A receiver that time, Cooper Thompson, the freshman. He's had a couple big catches. That's a big one. Take him across midfield down to the 49-yard line.
That, again, was that diamond formation out there to the right side, and this time the blocks got picked up, and kind of emphatically down the field. The one receiver maintained his block, 15 yards down the field, which is exactly what, that play design is designed to do. You've got everybody out there. You've kind of got matchup problems just with that fourth receiver behind the line. If everybody gets their block, he's got one guy to beat, and that one guy didn't even get there this time and was able to get a first down on that pass.
Stacked receivers on each side this time. Back to pass again is Stevens. More time. Now he's in trouble. Sacked from behind for a 5-yard loss. Mr. Richardson once again with another sack, his third of the ball game.
I couldn't see his number exactly. I didn't want to just blurt it out that it was him, but I was going to guess. I'm going to guess who this is. Coming from this side, lined up on what is Soda Springs' left side. And Stevens had time to throw. I mean, obviously that's a coverage sack as well because Stevens did have time to throw. And then, Richardson was able to get in there and get that sack on that play.
2nd and 15 now. 5 wideouts this time, 3 bunched near the left hash. Back to pass is Stevens. Stevens in trouble again. Stevens sacked, ball comes loose. Picked up by Richardson. Richardson at the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Hank Richardson. And a flag all the way over at the 44-yard line. And you might see the lid come off of North Fremont's sideline if this goes against them. It does not. It goes against the Cardinals, and that's a touchdown. Hank Richardson picks up the fumble. He was sacked, was Stevens from behind, and Richardson picks it up and rumbles in.
As Stevens was rolling to what would be his left, he's trying to get set up to make a throw and just had to run for his life and couldn't get his body turned around to make that throw. And as he was trying to turn that, got hit. Looked like that ball came out, as he was trying to turn and get that, and then a scoop and score for Richardson. So, again, he had some time initially, but then tried running out to his left, and hard to do that with that much pressure.
2-point conversion goes to Romero. Romero dives for the goal line, and it's good. So Richardson, Hank Richardson, a 41-yard scoop and score after that ball was fumbled. He rumbles in, and the 2-point conversion is good to make it 38-22. A 2-point conversion from Romero. And the Huskies get a little bit of that momentum back here as things had kind of swung to the Cardinals' side as they got a big defensive stop. And then the Huskies able to force a turnover and score on it. They're up 38-22 with 4:06 left here in the third. Pocock Trucking is based in Sugar City, Idaho, but sends trucks all over the western United States and Canada. Pocock Trucking is full service, and by that we mean they do everything. They haul bulk commodities like feed, fertilizer, grain, and potatoes. They offer minor shop repairs and have a full-service lube bay. They grow potatoes, dairy-quality alfalfa, and more. They can even sell you a used truck if you need one. Pocock Trucking's main office is in Sugar City, and their truck shop is located in St. Anthony. To find out more, go to PocockTrucking.com. Pocock proudly supports North Fremont Athletics and wants to wish the boys good luck in tonight's game. Huge thanks to all of our local sponsors. I want to thank Liberty GMC as well as Caribou Ford as well. Line drive kick over the head of the return man and through the end zone for a touchback. And so the Cardinals will get it out at the 20-yard line, 1st and 10. St. Anthony Motors, you can get $10 oil changes for life with the purchase of any new or pre-owned vehicle. St. Anthony Motors services all makes and models. Their service department loves servicing Southeast Idaho with professional and expert customer service. Come in today and talk with their amazing sales team to find the perfect vehicle for your needs. You'll find that at St. Anthony Motors, everything is just a tad less. So bunched receivers on the right side again, that diamond formation. They're going to the one-on-one matchup. Little inside route caught short of the first down or right at the 30. Number 22 on with the catch for the Cardinals. That is Riker Tingy, the junior. First down and out the 30 with 3:51 left here in the third.
Yeah, when they go to that diamond formation, the 4 wide receivers on that side, almost all the time is going to be a one-on-one on the weak. I'd call it the weak side, and Bone, the defender, number 21, had just given too much of a cushion, and they ran a slant route that they got open, picked up first down.
Same scenario. This time they hit the receiver across the middle, so same formation, but they go to a different man. That's number 20 on the catch, Carson Hobbs, for another first down out to the 41. So they're running some different stuff out of those different formation, or same formation, and it's being effective here with 3:20 left in the third.
And I think it's been working. It works when he gets it out quick. When he being Stevens, the quarterback, when he makes a decision where he's going to go and goes there. If it's there, then it works. If it's a quick hitter.
Again across the middle, open for another first down. Flag comes in late. In the position of holding, though, I'm not sure if that's what it is. The flag, it is holding against the Cardinals back at the 36-yard line, so that will not be a first down. In fact, that'll back them way up to second and about 25. All the way back to the 26-yard line is that football. They've got to get across midfield to the 49 for a first down. So a big penalty there on first down makes it first and very long. Diamond formation again with the one-on-one coverage here on the left of Stevens. Stevens back to pass. Going down the sideline. Beautiful catch on the far sideline. Hauled in all the way out to the 44-yard line. That is Colton Kern. What a catch on the sideline.
Yeah, he just went right up the sideline, and Stevens was able to put that ball right in there and made a great catch right at the sideline. Looked like from where they marked it, he was down a little bit further downfield from where they marked it, but a great catch, probably where his ultimate feet went out of bounds, I guess, on that one.
Bunched formation again. Stevens takes off this time. He's got room to run and hit from behind. Lucky to hang on to that one. I think he picked up the first down at the 51. He got hit from behind, and he was a little loosey-goosey with the football.
Well, he was acting like he was going to try to throw it again, and it's like, well, you're 8 yards down the field. I hope he doesn't throw it. I mean, you can't throw it. But just to get that defender.
Yeah, fake the defender, freeze that defender just a little bit to try to pick up some more yards.
Yeah, because he did not. He didn't throw it, didn't flip it up there. But loosey-goosey with the ball a little bit because he did pump fake that ball as if he was going to throw it. But a nice pickup, a nice wrinkle to that diamond to the right setup or formation that they have.
Again here, actually, with single coverage on our near side as the Cardinals are going from right to left. Inside, it's caught for about 5 or 6. Bowman on the tackle. Receiver on the play, I believe that was Hobbs again on the catch for the Cardinals. And man, the pass game coming to life here for the Cardinals with a minute left here in the third quarter. Ball sitting at the 43-yard line of the Huskies. Again, same formation. Diamond receivers to the right of Stevens and the lone receiver to his left. Nobody in the backfield with Stevens. Back to pass. Across the middle, Stevens, nowhere to go. Richardson and Romero. A railroad crossing there from the double R's. Richardson and Romero, and Stevens got blasted.
Yeah, his first read wasn't quite there, so he, held back on that throw that initially had time for that first throw. If that first read, whatever he's looking for, if it's there, he's got time. If he has to hold the ball any much longer, that pocket is closing quick, and it did on him. If it wasn't Romero, it was going to be Richardson on that one. They had a meeting at the quarterback on that play.
And that will be the final play of the third quarter. It's 3rd and 11 when we come back. We'll switch ends slightly. I love it when the ball ends in the middle of the field because you only have to move it like 2 yards.
Yeah.
That really makes it easy for me to know where it should be. I'm sure the officials love it too. That's the end of the third quarter. Real quick, I want to take a look at the playoff picture upcoming for
the win, get the win first, right, and then you can move on. So
a big run out to the left side of that line. That was Colton Kern on the reception and a nice run after the catch. Picks up a big first down at the start of the fourth quarter here. 11:51 left. That ball all the way down to the 26-yard line. So a great play out of the change of quarter for the Cardinals.
I was looking down at our bracket. I'm sorry. I didn't know we had already started the fourth quarter on that play there. So
they got out of that quarter quick.
They did.
Spread formation, 3 receivers to the right of Stevens, 1 to the left. Now a man in motion across in front of him to the right. Man across the middle's open. Big hit. And that ball goes incomplete. That ball was high and a big shot in the back. Delivered by number 10, probably the smallest guy on the field out there for the Huskies. Roy Wynn, 5'9", 145, laying the lumber.
Yeah, and he timed that perfect. I mean, that ball was high and coming fast, and was able to I don't think the receiver would have been able to catch that anyway, but just as the ball got there, a nice collision. I think Soda Springs fans may have wanted him thinking that he got there a little early, or maybe even hit a contactless, or a
defenseless
contact.
Yeah. Stevens with the carry picks up about 4, but there is a flag right at the line of scrimmage. You'd think this would be holding again. That's often what we see from that position. It is holding against the Cardinals. So instead of 3rd and 4 coming up, it's going to be 2nd and about 20. The ball now sitting back at the 36-yard line with 11:11 on the clock. They've got to get down to the 16 for a first down. We're here in the fourth quarter in a tight ball game. It was a 1-score game. The Huskies forced a turnover here in the second half. Hank Richardson picked it up and ran it back for a touchdown, and that's kind of separated them just a bit. Cardinals trying to bring it close again. Pump fake going down the sideline, incomplete. Intended for the receiver number 12, Quentin Hansen. And that goes incomplete. Now it's 3rd and 20 for the Cardinals. Remind everybody that at the end of this game, just before the end of it, we're going to present our IdahoSports.com Player of the Game Award, and it is presented by the Idaho Transportation Department. Huge thanks to them for sponsoring our IdahoSports.com Player of the Game. And there is a few gentlemen out there deserving of that award on both sides of the ball right now. Stevens, one of those, as he's back in the pistol. He's got 5 wideouts to choose from. Straight draw. Room to run. Going to end up short of the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be 4th and about 14 at the 29-yard line. 10:25 and counting here in the ball game. And it is 4th down, and this is that spot where you probably just go for it. Not much else you can do from here. Unless they've been hiding a world-class field goal kicker over there on the sideline.
Yeah, Stevens came up a little bit hobbling on that after that play.
3 wideouts to his right, 1 to his left, and a man in the backfield with him. Stevens going to his left. That ball caught at the sticks, 1st down. What a great play out there on the outside. I believe that was 12 again. Quentin Hansen fought off his defender, got that ball, and then fought for the extra yard he needed for the 1st down.
That was a great pass by Stevens there. Kind of watching him specifically on that play where he did come up hobbling after that play. Just he was able to wing it out there and throws just a dart. It's kind of deceiving how quick that ball gets out there because the defender for North Fremont was on that receiver. It was just a nice pass right there, right at the sticks, got the 1st down.
Handoff up the middle, nowhere to go. Ball comes free. The Huskies wrapped him up, ripped it free. There is a flag, but momentarily the Huskies have the football. Now the question is, are they going to call him down first? Or what is the flag? Oh, and if I just saw an offsides penalty or an offsides indication. The official's still talking, so we'll quit. I'll quit speculating over here. We'll wait for the officials. A big play here, though, nonetheless, as that ball came free. Flag gets waved off, and it goes to the Huskies.
I didn't see what the penalty would have been. I mean, granted, there's a lot going on on every play, but that penalty flag had come out as the fumble was kind of happening too. Don't know what the call would have been, if it would have been against, who it would have been against. But Soda Springs fans, I'm assuming, is not happy about something. Maybe they saw something on that side of the field that maybe we couldn't see from up here. But nonetheless, North Fremont with the ball.
Hand off to Angel Romero. Romero fighting for yards for an 8-yard gain out to the 33-yard line. That a big turnover, the second big turnover of the second half. Both have gone to the Huskies. If you remember, late in the third, they forced a fumble. Richardson picked it up and ran in for a touchdown to extend this lead to 16. And now, as the Cardinals are driving, they just picked up a big 1st down inside the 20. Another fumble, and the Huskies come up with it. Packer cut down, but he picks up the 1st down out to the 37-yard line, close to the 38. So the Huskies now in control. They've got the clock on their side and the scoreboard as we're under 9 minutes. And they've got a 2-score lead and the football. Cherry and Bowman out to the left. It's Romero and Packer, and it's Romero with the carry. Romero lunges forward for about 3 to the 41-yard line. 2nd and 7 coming up.
I'd be really shocked if we see a pass right now. I mean, I think this is what North Fremont does, bread and butter, just run the ball, and clock is on their side. In fact, on that play, it looked like Soda Springs at the snap had put somebody else up at the line, leaving 2 wide receivers to 1 defender on the side closest to us, but they have no intention of throwing the ball right now, which would, it wasn't like lined up wrong at all, where you can see it at the beginning of the play to change a play, but another run.
Pitch and tackled by his own guy. Bowman, and it's not Cherry's fault. Cherry was fighting off a block. Bowman just went right at him, and Bowman picks up the first down, but he could have had a whole lot more. Tripped over Cherry at the 49-yard line. Custom Ironworks in Soda Springs has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years, providing the area's best welding and machining services. Swing on by at 640 West Highway 30 or give them a call at 547-2426. Everyone at Custom Ironworks is proud to support the Cardinals in tonight's game. Handoff to Packer. Packer breaks free into the secondary. Up the middle, still on his feet across the 30, down to the 28-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Huskies with 7:21 left here in the fourth.
Nice run. Offensive line just opened up the hole there, and he was able to get to the second level there and outrun some, those linebacker at the linebacker level was outrunning them, and then got tackled there at the, after he'd already picked up the first down. Nice run there. Clock's running, and right what North Fremont wants.
Handoff to Romero. Romero hit, but spinning around, picking up more yardage for about 5. Down just beyond the 25-yard line. 2nd and 5 upcoming for the Huskies. As the Huskies continue to bring guys in and out, Hill back to the sideline and then out with the offensive play call. Subbing out was Cutter Bowman that time. Got Cherry all the up here by his lonesome on the left side. And it's Packer and Romero. They do go to Cherry. Cherry, a big block on the outside. Cherry inside the 10 to the 7. So you talked about not throwing the football, but if you're going to, that's the way to do it.
Absolutely, and they kind of had to devote to the run and had lined up, not basically where if you're on the offense, you do see where you've got 2 on 1, and they were able to pick up that block, and the pursuit came to get that tackle. It was just an awesome block there by number 87.
So 1st and goal from the 7. Handoff goes to Packer. Packer spinning, lunging down to the 1, maybe the 2. It'll be 2nd and goal with 5:40 on the clock and counting. Fall River Propane serves all of the Upper Valley as well as Island Park with the highest quality, hottest burning propane at competitive prices. Our industry-trained and certified service staff offer more than 70 years of experience. Fall River Propane services all makes and models of propane fireplaces and stoves. Fall River Propane is your full-service propane provider for homes and businesses. Straight keeper into the end zone. Did he get to the goal line? No signal yet. And there he is. Hill went in, and Hill almost held up like he knew he'd crossed the goal line. No signal initially from the officials, and there it comes. Now they're up 44-22, and that might be the nail that seals the deal here for the Huskies.
Yeah, another quarterback sneak, and like you said, he felt like he had gotten there to the goal line and then just kind of stopped, so it looked like he kind of maybe got driven back a little bit. There's a fumble on the pitch. And 2-point conversion, no good. That was a pitch out to Romero there, and just kind of kept rolling out there. And Soda Springs defender had an opportunity to grab it, but it just went right out of bounds.
So the Huskies, it was a little touch and go going into halftime and coming out. The Cardinals had some opportunities to tie the ball game. Couple turnovers here in the second half have kind of sealed their fate as they find themselves down now 22 with 5:05 left here in the fourth, and it would take a miracle here for the Cardinals to come back from this deficit. It can be done, but it's not going to be easy. 44-22, our score here.
Turnovers are killers. Right now that's your ball game. The scoop and score for North Fremont earlier in the game, and then you've got the 2 turnovers for Soda Springs as they were driving. I'm really impressed with the Soda Springs wide open offense. They've got a lot of pass patterns coming off of that diamond formation, kind of keeps the defense guessing, and been moving the ball pretty good, and had gotten in, down the field quite a bit, and then 2 fumbles, 2 turnovers, and not able to capitalize on those drives. But they'll get the ball back, and with 5:05 left in the 4th quarter, and see if they can, cut into this lead.
Cherry with the kick. Going to take that ball. It's going to take a bounce and taken at the 2. And popped at the 13-yard line. That's where it'll be dropped. That ball took a nice bounce for the Huskies. We're just going to bounce straight up after it hit the turf. The return on the play, that was Colton Kern.
Yeah, Kern had it in his mind he's going to let it go into the end zone, and it kind of just died between the 1 and 2 yard line there, and looked like it might roll into the end zone, but didn't, and he had to pick it up and go with it. So
the Cardinals will spread it out. 3 wide receivers to the left of Stevens and 2 to the right. Back to pass all by himself. He's got a receiver across the middle. Nice throw. Caught. And now putting on some moves and then tackled from behind for a first down all the way out to the 28-yard line. Receiver Cooper Thompson, the freshman. And it's a hurry-up offense here for the Cardinals as it's 4:50 on the clock and counting.
Stevens was able to create a little more time, but running to the right, getting out of the pocket a little bit, and found that right wide receiver.
Call them anytime. That's Fall River Propane. Experience the difference. Back to pass. Down the middle, wide open. Caught down to the 30. Now a little move inside to the 20. They got one man to beat. It's Hill. He gets free from him to the 5. Touchdown. The reception was Riker Tingy on about a 60-yard pass play with 3:52. And if you want to start a miracle, that's the way to do it. It's 44-28 now.
Yeah, that middle of the field was wide open for that receiver there, and was able to Stevens was able to find him and made some good moves down the field to get in the end zone and get past that final defender, dove it across the goal line there.
So 3:52 left as the Cardinals trying to make things happen here. 2-point conversion. They'll throw inside. It's caught. The 2-point conversion is good. The reception that was on the 2-point is number 20. That is Carson Hobbs. 44-30 now. It's back to a 2-score game. Baxter Funeral Home in Ashton is a full-service funeral home with a focus on traditional service offerings. They understand how difficult it can be when your family experiences a loss. Their professional and dedicated staff will walk you through every step of the process, helping you create a unique service that best fits your values and needs. Located at 717 Main Street in Ashton, we're honored to service your funeral needs. Find out more by visiting them at baxterfh.com or give them a call at 208-652-3226. Baxter Funeral Home is proud to support the students in the area. Good luck tonight, boys. And Tonja's Brazilian Orm Dental Offices makes visits enjoyable and positive with 2 convenient locations in St. Anthony and Ashton. Budget-friendly payment plans and family dentistry offered at such a great value. The offices of Tonja's Brazilian Orm really is such a wonderful place to make your entire family's dental home. Tonja's Brazilian Orm, caring family dentists, wishing the boys good luck in today's game. Visit tbodental.com. Onside kick takes a bounce back to the 40, fallen on nicely by number 12 back there as it was covered. 42, excuse me. That is Cutter Bowman, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Huskies at the 37-yard line. 3:51 left here in the ball game. We'll get that last score down.
Yeah. Lau, he's, figured where we already had kind of an onside kick before would, he's been getting it down there good. It just almost goes a little bit too far that his coverage team can't quite get to it. Gets some good bounces, and would be hard to recover either way, but just a little too far down the field so his coverage team can't get to it. And North Fremont's content with running the clock here real quick hit her right up the middle to Packer for a gain of 2. Second down and 8 with 3 minutes and 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It's kind of been the story for the night for Soda Springs. They need to get a stop. Need to get, return some of these turnovers that they've given North Fremont in order to have a chance.
Handoff goes to Romero. Romero breaking free and then gets drugged down by the leg, number 45, I believe, for Soda Springs. That's Cade Mon. And after a gain of about 5, it's going to be 3rd and 3 upcoming, a timeout taken by the Cardinals. They'll have 2 remaining with 3:08 left here in the ball game. Upper Valley Orthopedics is the Upper Snake River Valley's renowned state-of-the-art orthopedic and sports medicine clinic. Doctors Michael Larson, Kevin Lee, and Travis Torngren are board-certified orthopedic surgeons treating all conditions of the shoulder, elbow, hand, and wrist, hip, knee, foot, ankle, and other sports-related injuries. Please call for an appointment at 208-356-9550 or request one online at uppervalleyortho.com. Upper Valley Orthopedics in Rexburg is a proud supporter of North Fremont Athletics. Huge thanks to all of our sponsors, including Grand Peaks Medical. Your community health center is proud to support our local athletes and keep them healthy on their road to the state titles. Grand Peaks, located in St. Anthony and Rexburg, provides affordable medical, dental, behavioral health, and pharmacy services for the entire family. Their healthcare providers and staff are highly trained and experienced in all areas of primary medicine, obstetrics, family dentistry, behavioral health, and prescription services. Grand Peaks is committed to establishing a personal relationship with each patient and providing affordable healthcare for your family. On 3rd down, the handoff goes to Packer. Packer breaks through. He's at the 20, the 10. Nobody's going to catch him. Touchdown, Carson Packer, with 2:58 remaining here in the ball game. Another huge run for Carson Packer. That one about a 60-yarder. And now it's 50-30.
Same as what almost the flip the beginning of the game to this score here. Same thing, quick hitter off the right side, able to break through that. The line's just getting a nice crease in there for him to, a nice hole for him to follow, go through, and then just outran everybody there at the end.
Throw into the corner, it's for Richardson. Richardson catches the 2-point conversion. So now it's 52-30. So a high-scoring ball game here between the Cardinals and the Huskies. Carson Packer had a 58-yard touchdown that you were alluding to in that first play of the game. He had a 58-yarder. He's got a 9-yard touchdown run. And now he tacks on a 60-yard touchdown run with 2:58 left here in the fourth quarter. Grand Peaks Medical Center, with locations in St. Anthony and Rexburg. They're committed to establishing a personal relationship with each patient and providing affordable health care for your family. Visit grandpeaks.org online for a full list of services, and good luck, Huskies, from all the staff at Grand Peaks. Huge thanks to all of our sponsors, as I said, Caribou Ford, Brolam's Fresh Foods, and Ace Hardware in Soda Springs, Custom Ironworks in Soda Springs, Grand Peaks Medical Center, you just heard from, Reinke Grain, Tonjes Brazee, and Orem Dental Offices, Upper Valley Orthopedics, Dallas Hill and with Silver Creek Real Estate Group, Liberty GMC, Pocock Trucking, Fall River Propane, St. Anthony Motors, Baxter Funeral Home, and our power boosters, Grand Peaks Medical, Fall River Electric, and Big Judd's Custom Burgers. Stay with us as we're only about a minute away from awarding our IdahoSports.com player of the game, as that kickoff after the touchdown does get through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The IdahoSports.com player of the game presented by the Idaho Transportation Department. This It's been a great ball game, Lynn. These are the type of games I like. I like high scoring. I like the offense. Some guys love the defensive side of the football. I'd rather see 82 points put on the board. Stevens steps up in the pocket. Throwing downfield. Intended for number 12, Quentin Hansen. You know, and I've really liked watching Stevens play the position quarterback. The kid can throw the ball. He moves in the pocket really well. He'll run when he needs to, but he can really put the ball on the money when he's had to throw it downfield.
Yeah, he's got a quick pass that gets out there. It's kind of deceiving because I think that ball gets out there so much quicker than you think that it will. And he can definitely run with the ball, too, when he needs to.
Stevens trying to get away. Romero not going to let him. Romero bulldogs him back at the 18 for a sack. And that's about the 5th or 6th time that that Stevens has been sacked. Hank Richardson's got about 4 of those. Romero now with a couple. And it's 3rd and 11 upcoming with 2:26 and counting in this ball game.
When you're a defensive lineman at this point, you know they're going to throw the ball. And Soda Springs does throw the ball, so I know coming in, I'm sure they've known we're going to be doing a pass rush, and this is kind of just trying to meet at the quarterback. And Stevens, moving around, trying to give himself some more time.
Hit again as he lets go of that one, overthrows the intended receiver. I think that was Colton Kern down that far left sideline. And, yes, that time Stevens took a shot from Romero as he let go of that one. This rush from North Fremont has kind of given them fits in spurts throughout this ball game.
Well, when Soda Springs has had success moving the ball down the field, it's been quick passes out, nothing. And now, obviously, they're trying to get deep throws and everything else. When I think, when they ran that diamond formation and ran all those routes off of that formation, the quick hitters were the ones when they were having success against this North Fremont defense.
5 wideouts again, 3 to the right of Stevens, 2 to the left. Man across the middle. They'll go down the field, and I think he thought, and coming up hobbled just a little bit as Quentin Hansen. He thought that Hansen was going to cut up downfield right down the middle, and he got hung up with a defender. That brings up 4th down. That was 4th down, and that brings up a turnover on downs. So the Huskies will get the ball at the 19-yard line of Soda Springs.
That was a quick 4 plays.
4 pass plays,
yes,
and that was it. So inside the red zone to start here for the Huskies with 1:59 left, and this is just about the ball game. Remember, you can make the memories last a lifetime by owning the digital game file of this game for just $10. Just click the button that says Order Now. Jed Hill turns, hands it off to Packer. Packer with room to run. Finally drugged down by the ankle after about a 6-7 yard gain inside the 15 down to the 12. Clock continues to roll. To the line of scrimmage, again, taking all the time they can as Hill keeps an eye on the back judge. Here comes the count from the back judge with 1:20. And I think we had some early movement from the Huskies. Clock will stop at 1:17.
That is difficult when you are trying to, bleed the clock as much as possible. That those guys are down in stances for quite a while and not sure. They can't see when they, when they're going to be snapping. They can't see that back judge there. But anyway, a little movement before the snap.
1:06 and counting. Handoff goes to Romero. Romero breaks free. Touchdown. Icing on the cake for Angel Romero with 59 seconds left. Romero with a 17-yard touchdown run. his second touchdown of the ball game, and he had 2 called back, if you remember.
That's right.
So now it's 58-30. As they'll go for 2. Under center, it is Hill. Hill rides in on the back of his center for a 2-point conversion. And it's 60-30 now. With 59 seconds left. We're going to step away for a quick break. We're going to come back with our IdahoSports.com Player of the Game presented by the Idaho Transportation Department. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back here with 59 seconds left in this ball game. It's been the Huskies. It was in question for a little bit. It was 30-22. The Huskies have gone 30-8 over the Cardinals since that time here in the second half. Cardinals with a couple of costly turnovers, and the Huskies took advantage and have extended this lead. That kickoff going down and returned out to the 24-yard line. Kern with the return, and with 50 seconds left.
I am impressed, though, with the Soda Springs team just because they could have packed it in when it was 30-8 earlier in the game and kind of felt like it was out of hand much earlier in the game. And, no, so they've been – been good to see them put up a fight throughout this whole game.
Yeah, it's been a great football game. They have really turned it on here in the second half of the Huskies. And it looks like they're going to move on to face, we're not exactly sure. It could be Firth, conference foe Firth, conference champion Firth. As now 42 seconds and counting.
Yeah, Stevens just took the quarterback keeper to the left side of the line there, picked up a first down.
And it's time for us to award our IdahoSports.com player of the game, as that ball caught and fighting for yards out to midfield is Quentin Hansen. Good fight, 24 seconds and counting here. But this was not a no-brainer, but he definitely made a huge impact on this game. Our IdahoSports.com player of the game, it's number 13, Hank Richardson for the North Fremont Huskies. As the Cardinals continue to pick up yardage down to 10 seconds, Hank Richardson had a heck of a ball game on both sides. I have him unofficially for 4, maybe 5 sacks defensively, including, other tackles for loss, as the Cardinals go down the field off the fingertips, and that'll be the ball game. But Hank Richardson, he caught a 13-yard touchdown pass in the second quarter. He had the scoop and score that really kind of changed the look of this ball game. Hank Richardson with a 41-yard touchdown scoop and score in the third, and he also caught at least one 2-point conversion, plus all of the work that he did from the defensive side of the football. So congratulations to you, Hank Richardson. You are our IdahoSports.com player of the game, presented by the Idaho Transportation Department. The final in this ball game So I forgot to tack on that last score for the Huskies. It's 60-30, the final. And it's just a phenomenal ball game by the Huskies.
Yeah, kind of on both sides of the ball. You know, I do applaud Soda Springs. They showed some fight. You know, when they did get down early, it looked like right from the get-go they were going to be fighting and, you know, climbing an uphill battle. And they did kind of the whole game, but they didn't give up. And then the Huskies, you know, just with I blame those turnovers. You know, those 2 key turnovers when they had opportunities to go in for, you know, cutting. The game was within 1 score anyway, but, you know, to go cutting it to either a tie or within 2, whatever, you know, depending on the 2-point or 1-point conversions, whatever. It looked like it was going to be 2-point conversions the whole night for everybody. But those 2 turnovers just were the turning points. And then, you know, at the end of the game when you're trying to just run the clock out, run the ball, and that's kind of what North Fremont had done all game anyway, then they break in and score, you know, 2 or 3 more. Just, you know.
Just icing on the cake, kind of seal the deal.
Yep.
Well, let's real quickly, as we got our next game coming up at 8:15. Well, now it's going to be 8:30, looks like. The Skyline Grizzlies going to be taking on conference foe, the Bonneville Bees. But I want to go through the final scoring of this ball game. Go through the scoring plays once again. In the first quarter, it was Carson Packer. And, you know, let's talk about the player of the game. First of all, it could have been Carson Packer.
Sure.
Could have been Jeb Hill. I mean, there were lots of guys. We just liked what Hank did on both sides of the football. And so, but Carson Packer had himself a night. He had a 58-yard touchdown run with 17 seconds into the ball game. First play from scrimmage, Carson Packer puts him up 8-0. He also had the 2-point conversion. Then Trey Stevens answered with a 15-yard touchdown run with 7:43 left in the first. The 2-point conversion also by Stevens was good, and it was 8-8. Then with 4:29 left in the first, Carson Packer again for a 9-yard touchdown run made it 14-8. The 2-point conversion was not good. Then with 8:45 left in the second, it was Hilda Richardson. Hank Richardson with a 13-yard touchdown catch. The 2-point conversion by Packer was good. It was 22-8. Then with 5:32 left in the second, a 37-yard touchdown run from Angel Romero. The 2-point conversion was good by Hill. That made it 30-8. Then again in the second with 3:48 left, it was the Cardinals' turn to get in on the action. A 58-yard touchdown pass from Stevens to Thompson. The 2-point conversion was good, and it was 30-16. And then once again, the Cardinals drawing ever closer. 6 seconds left in the first half. They score on a 15-yard touchdown pass from Stevens to Hobbs. No good on the 2-point conversion. It was 30-22, and that's all the closer that the Cardinals would get. In the third, it went back and forth with some defensive stops, and then with 4:06, Hank Richardson struck again. A 41-yard scoop and score after a fumble. He took it back. The 2-point conversion by Romero was good. It was 38-22. Then with 5:05 left, there was a 2-yard touchdown run from Jed Hill. That made it 44-22. The 2-point conversion was not good. 3:51 left in the fourth. A 60-yard TD pass from Stevens to Hobbs. 44-30. The 2-point conversion was good. 2:58 left in the ball game. Packer got after it again. A 60-yard touchdown run made it 52-30. 2-point conversion was good again. And then with 59 seconds left, Romero put a little icing on the cake. A 17-yard touchdown run made it 60-30. Once again, that 2-point conversion from Hill was good. And that gives us our final 60-30. The Huskies defeat the Soda Springs Cardinals. Well, thanks for joining us here on IdahoSports.com. This has been an IdahoSports.com game stream production of the 2022 Idaho High School Football Playoffs. Tournament coverage on IdahoSports.com is presented by Project Filter, Your Health Idaho, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, and the Idaho Transportation Department. Also brought to you in part by Valleywide Cooperative and your local Toyota dealers. This broadcast was also made possible by all of our great local sponsors. We want to get a huge shout out to all of them and to our power boosters. For the North Fremont Huskies, Liberty GMC, Pocock Trucking, Fall River Propane, St. Anthony Motors, Baxter Funeral Home, Rinke Grain, Tonjes, Brazee, and Orem Dental Offices, Upper Valley Orthopedics, Dallas Hill with Silver Creek Real Estate Group, Grand Peaks Medical Center and the Power Boosters, Grand Peaks Medical Center again, Fall River Electric, and Big Judd's Custom Burgers. And for the Soda Springs Cardinals, Caribou Ford, Brolam's Fresh Foods and Ace Hardware, and Custom Ironworks. Huge thanks to all of our local sponsors and Power Boosters. Special thanks to Idaho State University and Holt Arena and the staff here letting us get this game to you and for all their hospitality. And congratulations again to our IdahoSports.com player of the game. That's number 13, Hank Richardson for the North Fremont Huskies. And thanks to all of you for joining us as the North Fremont Huskies defeat the Soda Springs Cardinals by a score of 60-30. For my broadcast partner, Lynn Frank, I'm Lauren Jensen saying so long, and thank you to everyone behind the scenes here at IdahoSports.com. Stick around. We've got another playoff game for you here at Holt Arena coming up. But for the 2A state playoffs, it's the Huskies moving on to play next week. The Cardinals are headed home. Thanks for joining us, and have a great night.
Yeah, I know a little something about myths. Like the myth that speeding isn't dangerous. Oh, and that myth you can tailgate at a safe distance. Or that you could safely weave in and out of traffic. Don't be fooled by myths. You'll get yourself into a hairy situation. Stay focused on the road. Be a legend like me. Have you heard the one about Charlie over at Pay Lake?
Look at that. The unmistakable swagger of someone fully covered with health insurance through Your Health Idaho.
Health yeah!
Enroll by December 15th and you could qualify for quality health insurance starting at $0 a month.
I'm Rick. I live here in Rupert. The more that we can keep the virus under control, the better for everyone, and especially people with disabilities that comes with being aged, because usually have other underlying issues. I actually suffer from diabetes now. So that even increases my odds that if I do get the virus, it could be devastating for me.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy. It takes courage and determination to do hard things. Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
If a pedestrian is hit by a car going 20 miles per hour, there's a 90% chance he will survive. At 30 miles per hour, the likelihood of survival decreases to 60%. And at 40 miles per hour, it goes down to 20%. 10 miles per hour makes all the difference. You're in the driver's seat. You have the power to save lives.
You know what I like about Caribou Ford? It's a quick drive, but it's beautiful.
You know what I like about Caribou Ford? I take my Caribou Ford mountain biking.
You know what I like about my Caribou Ford? I take my Caribou Ford to the lake.
You know what I like about my Caribou Ford? I take my Caribou Ford everywhere. We're Caribou Ford with the famous Warranty Forever, just east of Lava Hot Springs on Highway 30. And we're keeping it simple in Soda Springs.
As summer turns to fall, change is in the air, and at John Adams GMC in Rexburg, big things are happening as well. We are transitioning from John Adams GMC to Liberty GMC. We need to absolutely liquidate our new and used inventory immediately. Our current GMC and used truck selection is fantastic. Now is the time to purchase a new GMC truck or SUV from John Adams GMC in Rexburg. All new GMCs and qualifying used vehicles come with Warranty Forever. Take advantage of discounts up to $2,500 off MSRP on new new GMC trucks and SUVs. Plus, 0% APRs available on many new GMCs. Right now, get $1,000 in GMC accessories included with your new GMC special order. And don't miss our Trunk or Treat on Saturday, October 29th from 2 to 5 p.m. with lots of fun, music, prizes, and candy. Changes in the air at John Adams GMC, soon to be Liberty GMC in Rexburg. 0% OIC will qualify by our short term. See dealer for details.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com GameStreams. This broadcast is copyrighted to IdahoSports.com. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the expressed written consent of IdahoSports.com is strictly prohibited.